Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
What's
We are back.
goody?
What's up? What's up?
We are back with another My Inner Thoughts, and I got a special treat for you guys. Special. It's dear to my heart. I mean, I don't want to take anything away from any other video because every video I do is dear to my heart. But this one hits home, literally. Um, we're calling this one the cheat sheet. As I said before, I don't want people to get misconstrued thinking we're out here just talking about cheating. Elevate your mind. Elevate your mind, please. You small-minded people, this might not be for you. Just share it to some out-of-the-box thinking people then. Um, I got a few of my childhood friends, brothers, family. I grew up with these guys. I learned a lot of life with and from these guys. Um, I don't even know how to put it in words or describe the feeling I get when I actually talk to these guys. I don't even need to say no homo because I'm a real man and I'm secure in my manhood. You real niggas know what I mean. Um, I'm gonna let them introduce themselves because I can't give it no justice. I can't. So go ahead, fellas. The alienation. Talk to the
I let
people.
I let Dollar take the lead, man. Let Dollar start off, man. Let bless everybody
The
with his
scholar.
intro.
Let the scholar go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay. As you heard, my name is Dollar Bone. To the family, to the brother family, Alien Nation. I'll go ahead and shoot my government. It's Keith. But I'm other known as Dollar Bones when it comes down to my brothers, and we're just basically up here. Joining back together after years, and raising families and doing what we supposed to do. Just linking back up and pretty much catching up and ready to go ahead and continue to build with one another and basically, fill in, some of the um spots where, we might have missed out or, growing up, So that's basically what we're here for today.
We had a late entry.
Oh, that's what you calling me?
Late entry. You
Late
you
entry.
you
All
were
right.
you was
Yeah,
here before. You was here from the
Motherfucker, I
ground
was
up, but
already in
you
the
wasn't here
building.
when it started.
he took a brief intermission, he's back.
Hey, I know him as Lock Fool. Some of you may know him as Sincere. I don't know that nigga. Just saying. But that's another brother right there. Alienation for those who don't know, but Prince Street Projects knows what it is. The
right,
PSP
right,
family knows what it is.
right.
You know, we never even though we was young, we never really followed anybody, which is so crazy because most young kids running around in a setting like that, you was following behind some of the old heads. We didn't do that. We set up shop in our own way, did our own things, and made a name for ourselves. And it was crazy because we had old heads trying to be a part of what we had going on. How epic was that though?
Well, I mean, um, I like to say that we really, you're right. We really didn't follow anybody, right? But I think what we did do is we got a lot of our game, a lot of our style from them old heads. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
So
And
can I
we seen a lot
real
of that.
real
and
quick
what we
before
did, what we did was we turned it into when we adopted styles from old heads or whatever, adopted game from old heads, we turned it like we remixed it and it became like some alienation shit, took on a life of its own and it became our shit. You feel me? So,
Go
I
ahead, Lo.
like to think that's what happened.
Fair
Go
enough.
ahead, Lo.
no, I just wanted to say everybody didn't properly introduce themselves.
Facts.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm
I think
sorry.
we should make sure we make our rounds with that first.
Facts.
Lock Fu?
Shit, I just got the introduction, but yeah, you know, I'm
Yeah,
locked
but you know,
You came in and kind of got the bullshit introduction. So let's do it properly for the people so they know who you are.
Yeah. You know, I'm locked full. You know, those who know me, you know my government. You know, if you're familiar with me, you're familiar with me. You know, if you're not, then you're not. But you know, I'm a brother to these guys. These guys been brothers to me since childhood. And you know, here we are again, you know, a million years later. You know, we dinosaurs now. You know what I'm saying? So we
Call them a
dinosaurs to
fossil.
to this generation now. You know, we just trying to reflect on where we came from, what we went through, you know, and where we are today. You know, and all that we had to go through to get where we are today. Saying that's where we at with it.
Absolutely. And I'm Low. Back then they called me Lohaz.
I
And you heard them
still
mention it quite a few
Nigga of
times.
the
call you
bunch.
that, man.
The pretty
You
light
said
skinned
what?
nigga of the bunch.
Yeah,
I hate you
so
light skinned niggas.
so you heard the fellas mention it quite a few times, alienation, and they were they were starting to dive into it a little bit, but it was an epic movement. I mean, not epic in the sense that it was known across the board in Newark, but epic in a sense in our projects. Like everybody knew about alienation in our projects, right? And we were just a bunch of, and to keep it real, we were a bunch of young misfits, right? We were a bunch of young misfits who stuck together and we did everything together. We woke up and we decided what law we were going to break. We chased girls around and we smoked weed all day. That's what we did, you know.
Yeah. That's what we did.
Yeah, and before I give it back to Jabru, I want to make it clear, like we were a bunch of misfits, and we spent most of our time breaking the law, but we were good-hearted. We were good-hearted individuals. Like we loved and cared about each other. And
Right.
and let me say, rest in peace to Slick, Samad Banks. Rest in peace to Ibn,
Definitely
IBN.
R.I.P.
Rest in peace to David Reed. These are members of the Alien Nation who aren't here with us today, and we'll get into that soon.
Definitely gonna touch base on that. The missing editions, it never gets easier, but you know, we still got to continue to live on and keep their memory strong, as I do all the time. I think about them all the time, but like he said, we'll get into that a little later. We'll dive into that a little later. The basic topic here today that I really want to talk about is, because I try to teach my kids this all the time. You treat others like you want to be treated.
Right.
Most people don't give a fuck about that. They don't. Later. Love you, Sophia. They don't care about none of that. Especially in relationships. That shit gets tricky. Very tricky. So I want to ask you guys, because I know first and foremost, I have two married guys up here. So a lot of these things don't apply to them anymore. I'm not going to say which one of you guys are married, though. I'm going to keep that to myself. But salute, because that's a whole nother dedication in life, and those vows that you take are heavy. Congratulations. But for us single guys, or may not be single and talking or trying to talk to females, it's a little difficult, especially in this generation. People feel entitled to certain things. If you treating somebody a certain way, they kind of feel like, oh, they can take advantage of that because, oh, you're showing me something different, so I don't really have to, give you my all because you're gonna do this anyway. What? First of all, let me tell you from my own experience, because I don't ever like to talk out of context when I talk to them. Me, myself, I'm a simple man. We all like things a certain way, but as you grow older, you learn how to compromise. Compromise is a big thing when you're in a relationship trying to talk to somebody else. For one, you're not responsible for somebody else's feelings, how they're going to feel, because that's y'all separate at the end of the day. You're your own person, I'm my own person. When we come together, yeah, that's my job to make sure you're good, secure. But it's also your job to make sure I'm good and secure. It's never a one-way street. Some females, I'm not gonna, because earlier I, I I called y'all bitches just out of context. But y'all know how that go. Y'all call each other bitches. I don't mean nothing by it. No disrespect. But some females nowadays, for instance, a while ago, I hit a female up, trying to conversate with her, and I don't know. She basically hit me with the, "Oh, I'm not looking for nothing." But next thing you know, she's in a relationship. What the fuck? I'm trying to work on myself. I'm not talking to nobody. 2 days later, she's in a relationship. The fuck happened here? Okay, cool. A week later, she's out of that relationship. Niggas ain't shit. Fuck niggas. All niggas are the same. Wait, what? Why are we all the same? When you made the conscious decision to go forward with, I'm sure, because most people get that inkling, like, this ain't a real good situation for me, but I'm feeling this motherfucker, either looks, money, because a lot of people these days are shallow as hell. Do you agree with that or not?
Can I chime in on this?
I was hoping you would chime in.
Yeah. So for one, like, I want to make it clear. Whenever someone says they're not looking for a relationship, they're not looking for anything serious, they haven't found what they're looking for yet, right? When someone runs to someone and the chemistry is there, there's some cohesiveness, right? They complement each other. When that happens, regardless of what the fuck they're looking for, they're gonna want that person.
Okay, boom. Yeah.
So anytime somebody feeds that story, I'm not looking for, they haven't run across what they want yet. Their biology hasn't responded to the man standing in front of them just yet, right? So anytime I hear that story, I'm just like, all right, cool. Like, we can keep it casual then, like, or do nothing, depending on where you are in life. But when someone feeds you that story, they haven't run across what they're looking for. And as far as this guy that she got involved with, and all of a sudden now she's in a relationship, and then 2 weeks later she's out of it. That was her thinking she found what she's looking for, right? But this is a person. Either the relationship flopped, or she doesn't know who she is, or what's for her in life, and she's gonna have to figure that out.
So many variables.
Yeah, But like, as far as someone feeding that line to us as an individual, as men, we have to accept that she hasn't found what she's looking for, because when she does, it's not even her choice. Her biology it's like she's gonna gravitate towards this person.
Gravitate, yeah.
Yes.
That vibe, it's huge. It's huge. Yeah. You can hear all the sweetest things in the world, and then boom. I swear, females, I've said this for years, females have that 30-second rule. They know within 30 seconds of looking at you, if they're going to give you the time of day, I'm going to let this nigga hit. Let me conversate with him real quick to see where his head is at. Most niggas talk themselves out of the pussy.
We only have the power to ruin the opportunity or help them see what they missed in the beginning, right? Because sometimes they'll see you and like, I'm not interested. But after you lay down some conversation, after you step out, you get dressed to the T's, and go have a drink or something, you know, maybe they realize, oh, this guy is, you know, he is attractive. I didn't realize it at first. So we have the power to either help them see what they didn't see in the beginning, or ruin the opportunity that's already there.
I said like that. I'm content in knowing I don't have that 30-second rule situation. Like, you got to get to know me. Then you fall in love with me, and then you don't want to get away from me. It'd be like, man.
And that's because some of us possess qualities that aren't superficial, right?
Thanks.
It's not something that you can pick up on just in passing. Like, some people, you got to get to know them to understand their quality and what they have to offer.
Yeah, some people, man, some women, you know, they just, you know, like you guys said, man, you know, some people, they don't really pay attention to what's in front of them. Some people, you know, you got to give them a deeper look. You understand what I'm saying? You gotta take them out somewhere. You gotta spend some time with them. You know, let them see you moving. You know how a man's supposed to move. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, let them get a feel. Let them get a feel for your energy. You understand what I'm saying? You know, for your masculine energy, man. You just have to. You know, I have a strong belief that we are, like, you know, being a man, you know, and you know, women have the same powers, right? But, you know, being a man, we have powers, bro. Like, one of the powers that we possess is, you know, being able to control and manipulate our energy. You understand what I'm saying? And some people, you know, you have to go beyond. You have to take them beyond what they see, and you have to give them an inkling into, you know, what's beyond what they see, man. You know, sometimes you have to give them a good display of that masculine energy, man. Show them that you know how to move, show them that you know how to think, you know, et cetera, et cetera. So,
I mean, so basically, you just have to be yourself. You know, first and foremost, just be yourself. Move how you want to be moved. You know, now you're gonna attract all kinds of people when you be yourself. Now, the one that you want to attract is the one that has that same quality as you do. You know, just from a female's perspective. You know, and from the female's energy, because like I said, you know, I say for instance, you know, you out here in the hood, you that dude, you know, everybody know your name and this and that. You might attract that same female that's in the hood and everybody know her name, you know, and that energy. But you also might attract that good woman that, you know, that actually works a 9 to 5, take care of her business and do this and do that. Which one do you will wind up with? You know, this is how you got to start looking at it. You know, you're going to wind up with the one that's in the hood and, you know, everybody knows their name and stuff like that, versus the one who's actually doing what you're supposed to do, holding down the 9 to 5 and stuff like that. And if you do wind up with that woman, it's not going to last because your energy is not the same. You know, you're not moving in the same direction. So basically, that's why I say you have to be who you are and be comfortable in your own skin to say, this is who I am. This is what I'm looking for. I want that direct connection. You know, I don't want to fumble around with all these different wires. You know, yeah, they might lead to a charge, but how long is that charge going to last? You know,
I don't want to, sorry to cut you off, but I don't want to, you know, overshadow the fact that, and it's not a justification for the females nor the males to use, but a lot of niggas have definitely fucked up situations for future situations. You know, you set that benchmark and it's like, damn, maybe he is the like the last one I had, or maybe she is like the last one I had. But in the same breath, you can't let somebody else steal how you originally moved. If you're a loving, caring person, don't let somebody else steal your shine. Continue to be that loving, caring person because you're going to get back what you put out.
Yo, listen, bro. Listen. You don't believe that life has a way of bringing like the worst out of people, or bringing different
Of
like.
course. Of
All right
course,
then.
but you got to be
when
held
people,
accountable for how you move. Nobody else can make you do anything. Nobody else can make you feel a certain way unless you allow them to.
Can I say something?
bro, that's not
Absolutely.
natural, bro. That's not natural.
Listen,
That's mechanical. That's robotic, bro. Like,
That's robotic.
yeah, because
So
at the
I
end of
can
the day,
I can say
you're
all types of shit to you right now, like disrespectful, crazy shit to you right now, but it's all on how you react.
yeah, but I'm human, so I'm not. Hey, bro, listen,
You are. That's why I
we
say
have
people have to be held accountable for their
yeah, but
actions. I
we
don't care
have
how you act.
feelings.
I'm not telling you not to do it,
We have
but you
feelings
got to be
for a
held
reason,
accountable.
though, bro. We
So
have
what?
look, let me
feelings
tell you, I
for a
feel
reason.
something.
You asking
Look,
somebody not to get upset, or you pushing, like, there's a such thing really, right, as pushing a person over the edge. And when you push a person over the edge, like, yo, what you think you're gonna get? You think you're gonna get Mr. Nice Guy?
I'm not asking anybody to do anything. I'm telling you that people need to be held accountable and hold themselves accountable for their actions and reactions. You're grown.
listen. I want to chime in on this. Both of you are right. Neither one of you is saying anything wrong, right? But this is the issue, right? Nobody else's problems should become your suffering, right? And I'm going to expand on that. Like right now, I'm going through therapy, right? Sorry, I'm getting some text messages. Right now, I'm going through therapy, right?
Right.
And why am I going through therapy? Because I'm trying to iron out my issues, right?
I want to say one quick thing to that, because most women feel like men don't ever do therapy, and I just had this conversation with somebody. I'm glad you put that out there, because they don't think men ever do therapy. Go ahead, my dude.
Yeah. So I'm doing therapy, right? And the whole point is to iron myself out. Now, once I iron out my issues, well, we're going to always have issues, but once I iron out my trauma, right, and I balance myself and become a mature man, I'm already at that point now, but I'm no longer allowing somebody else to step into my life with their trauma, right? Because I cleaned my shit up, right? I got myself balanced as much as I can at the, in the current moment. And once, when I let someone into my life, you can't bring your trauma. Because why? Because I did my footwork and I ironed myself out. Right. You can bring problems. You can bring some issues because we all have them, but you cannot bring trauma. You understand?
Right.
Now, and that's the whole point. Like, so if we take responsibility for ourselves, then we don't have to put up with anybody else who has not ironed out their issues. Once you see that this person is traumatized and they can't get over whatever they've been through in their life, you can suggest that they take some counseling, but you don't have to take on that burden and carry that weight.
No.
You're not equally yoked at this point.
And that's one of the points I'm trying to make. Is like, they have to be held accountable too. They got to hold themselves accountable. Like, you don't have to react to them because they're reacting to a situation. Like, we're all grown. We deal with things in different ways. I'm not telling nobody don't wow out, but there's consequences to all those actions.
Right.
Absolutely.
And that's why I said, at the end of the day, you have to be who you are. If you're interested in someone, I'm on YouTube Live, bro. Let this person know all of you, and not just the part that you know at that point. That's called manipulation. Because once again, if you get into a relationship, you might say, "Hey, man, I'm such and such. I drive a nice car. I got my own home and this and that." But you ain't telling them you was this kingpin. You ain't telling them that you out here ripping and running from the cops, stealing and doing this and doing that. So when they get deep into the relationship, they're like, wait a minute, this is who you really are? But now you feel some type of way because they ready to bail on you because you never told them exactly who you were. And that goes for both parties.
This is why
Yeah.
I'm
You have to be adult enough to say, hey, I'm willing to air out my whole bag once I meet you. If you're not ready to do that, then don't meet nobody. Do not meet nobody. Don't pursue anybody unless you're willing to go ahead and pour it all out there. If that's the case, you might as well say, hey man, my name's such and such, you look nice. I want to date you for like maybe 2 nights. That's it. Once again, keep it all the way real.
Yo,
hearing this shit
A
clearly.
lot of us have. We don't know how to keep it real.
can I ask a question? Yo, who invited Lockfu? Was it Jabril?
Huh?
You invited Lockfu?
Oh shit!
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Let me tell you something about Lockfu, boy. Lockfu is he's the most social creature out of all of us. You're not going to get Lockfu on the phone and talk to him 10 minutes straight without him getting distracted somewhere else.
Oh, I know this already.
He's gonna put you on hold. He's gonna take up a 5-minute conversation. Like, hold on, bro, real quick. And he's gonna see somebody he grew up with.
He started that before it even started. He was like, yo, I'm about to put the phone down, yo. I don't want y'all to see like
Hey, look, listen. Hey, look, yo, y'all my bros though. Y'all know how I'm living. You heard?
That's true. I just wanted to jump in your ass real quick. That's all.
You could have took a half an hour break, nigga, from life.
That's
Nah,
all.
man. Nah, this ain't no everyday thing, bro. This ain't. See, the problem is, like, unbeknownst to the viewers, yo, we scattered all over the United States. So we got Brew. So we got Brew here. He's in Massachusetts. Okay. And then me and Lo, we in Jersey. And then Dollar Bones, he at the bottom of the map. He's in Florida. So, like, man, I wouldn't miss this opportunity. I don't care what's going on. Yo, I'm in the building.
That's right.
And
I salute you for that.
I stand corrected, man.
I'm in the building, yo.
He said I stand corrected. Let me shut up and sit down somewhere.
I stand corrected.
Hey, look, yo, I wouldn't miss this for the world, man.
True shit, man.
Let me break something down real quick because this is back on subject though. For the female, niggas, like, I think I want to say this because this is my opinion and I've seen it.
Right.
A hood nigga at that that's not afraid to express his feelings and be a real man is threatening to a lot of females. They either don't understand or they're just confused. Like, wait, they make niggas like you? Nah, this ain't real.
Some of them think it's a problem. They're not used to a man being able to transparently express his feelings and his emotions. So they never experienced it before. They're not used to seeing it. So when you do it, they think it's a problem.
Facts.
Right? And I just told a woman not too long ago, like, listen, like, you're not going to push me in a position where I feel self-conscious about expressing how I feel because I'm not supposed to have feelings as a man. Guess what? Like, as an adult woman, you should already understand that men do have feelings. We express them differently, we show them differently, but we have feelings. And I'm not, as a 40-year-old man, you're not pushing me into a space where I feel self-conscious about expressing my feelings.
Exactly.
I'm not going bitch and cry about it, but I'm gonna push it straight across the table as it is.
Yo, you have to provoke that. You gotta provoke that. Yo,
you understand?
Hold on. Hey, look, I want to talk to you.
I hate the fact that we grow up in this. Well, we're in this generation of most females act like niggas now. So
hey, look,
yeah.
Hey, fella, excuse me for a second, right? So
it's weird.
So the people can get just a further glimpse into my life as an individual. Like, I'm gonna have a conversation with my man right here. You understand what I'm saying? We ain't gonna go too deep with it, and I'm not gonna show his face on the camera. Yo, when you gonna pay me my bread, bro?
I see it. This is what I'm talking about. I appreciate
This
the
is real life.
realness,
I'm saying
and
this
this
is
is
real
what the
life shit.
podcast is
just
about.
I just want to show
Shit,
your
that's
face.
my-
Yo, we on, we got a podcast, bro, and they need to see
Hey,
real
yo,
life
he's
shit. Feel me?
stupid.
All
Yeah,
right.
that's classic
Hey,
lock,
yo.
bro.
Bro, I see. Yo, tell your lady I said hello. Well,
Hey, yo, this nigga stupid.
Yo, that's classic lock, bro.
Yo, classic.
all right,
That's
bro.
what it is. And it
All right,
feels
man,
good to know that my brothers never changed. You know what I mean? They
Yo.
remain who they are to this day. You know, and that makes
The
me
rawness. I
appreciate
love
and love
it.
them even more.
See,
No doubt.
You know,
I
when it
told
comes
you
to
we keeping a band on this, man. No line, no nothing, man. This what you see is what you get.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah, I'm back.
Hey,
I'm back,
hey,
fellas.
Jabril. Hey,
Yo,
Jabril. At some point, are we going to get into this alienation life? Because that's what I'm excited about. I'm excited to tell our story, right? This group of misfits who came together and created their own culture. Like, can we all agree
I'm
that
ready.
our culture was something unique from what was going on in the projects? Something very distinguished.
That's a big fact. Let me before you do that, because I'm gonna let
Sure.
you carry on with that whole thing. Because most people they like who the hell is Jabril? Because everybody now knows me as either Jameer or Jersey Brick City. I didn't even give myself that name. When I moved out here to Mass, an OG nigga was like, "Oh, you from Jersey? Oh, Jersey the Brick City Killer." I'm like, "Yeah, I ain't got no body, but that's a cool name. I like that. That's cool." And I ran with it. Was doing music and everything, but I came up as Jabril. That's who everybody from my that's what they know me as.
Right.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
Go
So
ahead,
now
go
that
rock
got
out.
that out the way, you know.
All right.
Let's
So
get to the AA, you know.
all right. So now that everybody know who Brewski is, you know. So alienation, right? So like we're one time back. We're all between the ages of 12 and 14, right? And you know, we were already a tight knit group. We were already hanging out, but we started to get involved with this other crew called Third Dimension, 3RD. So those were our big homies, right? So they decided to create this subsidiary of Third Dimension, which was Alienation, and that was, you know, the fellas you see on this live chat right now, and a couple of other folks. But we were young, like between the ages 12, 14, and we decided I'm taking it to the beginning. I don't know if all y'all remember this.
Oh, I remember.
Jabril remembers this. I'm taking it all the way to the beginning. We're young, like 12, 13 years old. We decided we want to sell drugs. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, Jabril stole it from somebody in his family. He stole it from somebody in his family.
My uncle.
His uncle. He stole some dope. He stole some heroin from somebody in his family. We had like a bundle, right? For those who don't know, you know, bundle, what is it? 5, 10? I forgot. I haven't been in the game in so long.
It was 10. It was 10.
Yeah, 10
in the bag.
Yeah, 10 packages of heroin in the bundle, right? He steals the bundle from his uncle, and we start hustling. We some fierce young dudes. We don't like we feel like we can do anything.
Big fact.
Yo, fiends are straight telling us, "You too young. I'm not buying anything off you." That's how like we were babies. You know what I mean? But that slowly, you know, matriculated it into us actually becoming hustlers, right? And then car thieves, right? And we had little honeycombs, we had hideouts, we had like full blown apartments. Am I right, fellas?
Absolutely.
We called them bitches the Odysseys, nigga. Them shit's crazy.
Fully furnished apartments, bro. Like we had apartments, we had basement spots that was fully furnished, man. We had lock and key spots, man.
That was the Nation Station right there.
Yeah, the Nation Station, right? But it really got crazy when we got into the car theft game. This is where I don't know if any of you can relate, but this is where the most excitement came from when we got into the car theft game.
Yeah.
Like if any of you can imagine, like shout out to Hill Manor, right? because I got tied in with Quadier. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, my nigga Quadier.
Yeah, I got tied in with Quadier, Twin. You know, Dawu. You know.
Dawu, yeah.
But Quadier was the main one I got tied in with. But I would run with them, and I would bring the cars back to Alienation, and eventually that turned into us, like turning into full blown car thieves and going out to get our own cars.
It was out there, boy.
Right.
If any of you can imagine. Say it again, Dollar.
And this was well before New Jersey Drive.
Well,
like so.
Right.
We were a part of the culture that influenced New Jersey Drive. I'm not going to say we influenced New Jersey Drive, but I'm saying that car theft era, we were within that era.
Yo, I'm gonna have to
definitely
put in right there because New Jersey Drive wouldn't exist if it wasn't for the stolen car culture in New Jersey, my nigga.
Right.
And that's my point.
I'm sorry.
That's why we do shout out Hill Manor, because once again, you know,
Hill Manor was the capital.
Exactly.
Hill Manor was the capital.
When it came down, that was the headquarters for stolen cars, bro. Them niggas down there was the best car thieves in North, bro.
They was the best
in North, in the city, yo. And I'm gonna go as far as saying they were the best drivers in the county, bro. Like Irvington, East Orange, North, all of that. They were the best drivers, though.
When you mention the names Quadier, both twins, Dawu, they had a couple of other hitters down here. But when you mention those names, these were some of the best drivers in North, bro.
Yeah.
I learned how to drive from Quadier, yo.
Yeah.
I learned from Quadier. Shit.
Yeah, I learned from Quadier in '88.
Me as well.
Shout out to '88. Like, you know, '88 don't really get enough credit. Like, he was a dope will, man. He was the best from our projects in our generation, right?
Yeah.
And I learned a lot from Quadier in '88.
Yeah, shout out to '88. Shout out to Quadier, RP Quadier.
Yeah, man. For real.
But
fuck behind mine.
Every last one of these dudes that's on this live chat right now, like extensive juvenile records.
Tell me about it.
Sorry, it's kind of bright out here.
Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, bro.
Okay.
Extensive juvenile records here, you know?
For real.
But, you know, I like to talk about that. And I don't want to glorify that life, but I'm being honest in saying that was the most exciting period of my life.
Well, at the time, right now, this is why we're putting it out there, because we're showing growth. Of course, we had to take it back in order for people to see, you know, where we come from and how we was able to, you know, make our way up to where we at today.
Absolutely.
So they basically got to learn the history of, you know, the AN, the Alienation.
The Alienation.
That's right.
And real talk, I think it's film worthy.
Yeah, absolutely. I concur.
Yeah. You know, a lot of us didn't make it. You know, we had some extreme experiences. I think we've all lived life 5 times already.
Oh, tell me about it, man. I can say, man, I've been in a lot of situations, man, in my lifestyle where I knew I wasn't gonna make it up out of there, man. And you know, and there was a lot of times where I was by myself, you know, and you know, just living that life and being out there, man. You know, no, at that time nobody really had cell phones and stuff like that, so you just moving. You know, you might be in Irvington this one at 2 o'clock. Next thing you know, you in North Newark at 2:30. You know, you just bouncing around. You know, you just meeting people along the way. You hooking up with this person, that person. You just basically living life. You know, you young. You running wild. You know, you carefree. You know, you don't have nothing on your mind, nothing on your conscience. You just moving. Whatever comes to thought at that time, that's what you're doing. You know, so I could definitely say, man, I've been in a lot of situations where, if you know, the average person, I would say, you know, was in that situation, they wouldn't have made it through, you know. So that's why I do thank my brothers, and I do thank the AN, you know, Alienation for, you know, that bond and that teaching, you know, because what a lot of people fail to realize is we used to get nice, man, and sit in the lobby and fight each other, you know, because we would prepare ourselves for the next people out there that's going to try to come at us and jump us and stuff like that. You know, we was very militant. You know, it wasn't to hurt each other, but it was to prepare ourselves for the future and for, you know, just being out there, especially as men, you know. Yeah. So I definitely appreciate that. I tell people all the time, man, and they look at me like, oh, man, y'all used to do that? Yeah, man, because guess what? If I was to just run into a bunch of strangers, how would I be able to defend myself if I never went through that experience? So I would rather go through that experience with my brothers first, you know, than to have to go out there bare, you know, and not know how to defend myself when I come across someone else.
Yeah. Yo, somebody tell your man to mute himself, man. Looking like a Teletubby.
Who, me?
No, Jabril.
That's because the phone is at the opposite way right now. All types of shit. I'm here though, man. Live and uncut.
Yeah, but yo, to piggyback off what you said, Dollar. Yo, so in the Alien Nation, like we used to just roughhouse day in and day out, bro. Like just beat each other up. Like even the 3RD, they'll come through and just like trash us on a regular basis. And like, yeah. And so it made us tough. Like, you know, when I would leave and go to other hoods, and niggas like, you know, niggas would think like they would think I was some type of pretty boy or something, and they didn't even know like I've been through the trenches. Like I showed a couple of dudes like the raw end, like, you know what I mean? A couple of dudes learned the hard way. Like, bro, we do this. Like we was never vicious killers. We had vicious killers in the project. That wasn't us. You know what I mean? But like, I mean, we had backbones though.
And with that being said, the vicious killers, they actually respected how we moved.
They respected it. They admired how we moved, bro.
Exactly. And they always used to tell us, man, we like what y'all young dudes doing. You know what I mean? If y'all ever need us, you know what I mean? We here. But we always tell them, we good, we appreciate it, but we gonna handle it. You know, we gonna get through it. And that's what made them respect us even more.
You got it. Now, in y'all opinion, who do y'all think was the most thorough in the Alien Nation? Dollar.
Honestly, me personally, when it comes down to, you know, just straight up raw and uncut, I would say Ibn, man. You know, rest in peace to Ib, man, because Ib, he definitely put it down, man. He definitely, you know, made a name for himself, you know, in that aspect. You know, I'm gonna say well before we was able to, you know. Of course, we was all still a part of the same, you know, group and clique and everything like that. But when it came down to straight up raw and uncut and getting straight to it, that was Ib all day.
I'm gonna give it to G Money and Lock Fu.
Okay.
I always felt like G Money and Lock Fu was the most thorough in the Alien Nation, bro.
Yeah.
Like G Money and Lock Fu was always on go time.
Yeah.
Always.
And Lock Fu, man, what a lot of people fail to realize, the size he is right now is the size he was in 6th grade.
Kid.
That boy always been big and been like a big wrestler, man. So when he come through the door, everything stops.
You talking
he
about
ain't even got to lift a finger. They already knew what it was.
Listen,
they already knew what it was once they see Lock Fu.
Yeah, Jabu, what you missed is we were talking about like who's the most thorough in the Alien Nation.
Oh, I didn't miss that. I was listening.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. So yeah, G Money and Lock Fu, in my opinion, man. IBN, I think IBN was on his way. You know what I mean? He left us too early.
Shit.
Yo, you know what? I'm gonna tell you something.
He ain't take no shit.
I'm gonna tell you something about IBN, right? Man, we brought IBN out of his shell, and when he came out of his shell, bro,
IBN was a dweeb when we met him.
Yeah. We brought him out of his shell, bro.
Yeah.
But when he came out of his shell, yo, he was so aggressive. He was so aggressive, man.
IBN was gonna be a problem out here, man.
He was so aggressive, and I'm gonna tell you something. I hated like when we used to get twisted with IBN, because the more he smoke, the more he drink, the more aggressive he gonna get, the more he gonna want to play. And yo, he was too aggressive, bro.
But that's why I mentioned him, because he was able to come out of, you know, that shell with us, you know. It took a while for him because he wanted to make sure that he had that loyalty within brothers, you know. And once he realized that's what he had, yes, you know what I mean. We saw who the hell IBN really was, you know what I mean, which was a great thing and a great asset to, you know, the foundation.
Yeah, IBN was going.
I'm still upset. Sorry, I'm still upset that nobody knows or claims they don't know what actually happened that day.
So let me expand on that, because that's a good point, Jabril. You know, we're talking about IBN. We call him IBN, and we didn't really talk about what happened with IBN. So IBN, he moved to the projects, right? He was this tall, skinny kid. He was smart, had a flat top. He was a dweeb, and like for whatever reason, we saw something in him. And we started to hang out with him and, like, you know, let him hang. Well, we allowed him to hang with us, because that's how it was with the Alienation. We didn't hang out with you. We allowed you to hang out with us.
We didn't hang out with nobody.
and that's not even me trying to, like, be arrogant about it. That, like, we were a cult. Like, you couldn't just, you know, you couldn't just hang out with us.
Listen, we got all the real old heads on our page as friends, and if anything is disputed, I'm sure they're gonna let us know. So people don't fret. If we lying, they gonna let us know.
Call us out. You know what I mean?
That's right.
So
Ibn
started to hang out with us, right? And next thing you know, we get him into smoking weed and drinking, because that's what we did, right? If you got involved in the Alienation, you got corrupted. I'm gonna be honest. Like, you ain't come to the Alienation to plant flowers and help the elderly. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So he started to smoke and, you know, drink with us and all that. And he started to learn our ways and our culture. And he started to, like, pick up speed. He started to pick up rhythm.
Yeah.
And he got into the car theft culture with us. And long story short, he was in the car doing, you know, whipping donuts in the vehicle. And, you know, and we don't know where the shot came from, where the bullet came from, but a shot went off and it hit Ibn. And unfortunately, from what I'm told, it hit him in his heart. Right? So he crashed. At the time, nobody knew he got shot, because he's doing donuts. Ah! So you couldn't even hear the gunshot. Nobody heard it. He just crashed. Boom. And, you know, shout out to the twins. One of the twins grabbed him out the car and rushed him to the hospital. They thought he just crashed and fell unconscious. But we found out later, you know, he suffered a gunshot wound and succumbed to it, you know. So that was the last of Ibn. And this was like what, 95?
Yep.
Like 95.
That was like 96, 97, bro.
96. No, it wasn't 97. So it was 95,
96.
Yeah. But this was a young man. You know, who grew up in a rough neighborhood and participated in what was going on in his neighborhood, and ended up losing his life behind it, man. And he was smart. He got, like, anybody who went to school with him would tell you, he was the kid raising his hand, giving the answers to the questions that the teacher was asking.
Right.
Involved in his life, and he loved it. Like, he loved it, man. He took it like we were considered his OG, because he was young. Like, we were a little older than him, you know, or his big homie. We didn't use those terms back then, but eventually he was standing on his own 2 feet.
Fact.
You know, and, you know, lost his life, man. So, you know, everybody just, you know, give a prayer, man, and recognize IBN, man. That was our guy.
Absolutely.
I can't lie. Up until they brought the task force out there, and the task force.
We can't hear Jabril. Can y'all hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can anybody hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I can hear you.
Oh, I can't hear y'all.
What?
You done did
Jabril, nod
wrong,
your head if you can hear me. Oh, sorry, something went wrong. So I'm gonna leave y'all to it until I figure this out.
Okay.
But I remember, like, before they brought the task force out there that was killing niggas, and before they really vamped up on niggas stealing cars, like, that used to be the funnest time of my life, Finder. Like, I couldn't imagine a funner time aside from us being in the projects, obviously, because we created fun. But that time was exciting, very exciting.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And and once again, of course, we just letting the people know, man, just a little background on us, once again, not to glorify it or to, let the young ones know, hey, this is the route to go or anything like that. We just, putting it out there that, this is some of the things that we've done, growing up, and because we had to learn that this wasn't, the right thing to do. But of course we've done it, so we just putting it out there for the people to know that, these are some of the things we've done, growing up. And of course, we'll get into where we at today with it,
Come a long way.
Yeah, we come a long way, right? Oh, go ahead, bro.
I remember, I'm touching base still on the stolen car situation because Lo wasn't there. But I remember, and this was epic. Like, we had many epic nights, but this right here, crazy. Lock food. This was the night you got maced and was out there drooling like a little fucking schoolgirl, nigga, after somebody done broke up with you. But the night we went out to Penn Station late night.
Hey, look, what you mean, schoolgirl? I got my ass beat by the cops, bro. That ain't schoolgirl shit.
Hey, you said I wasn't there?
No, I'm talking about before when they maced you, nigga. Before they whooped your ass, nigga, because they maced you first, nigga. Then they whooped your ass.
But hold up, bro. Did you say I wasn't there?
No, you wasn't here when we initially talked about.
Oh, I was about to say I remember that like yesterday.
Yeah,
of course, nigga.
They beat shit down that man's legs.
Boy.
Yeah, I can hear him now.
I've never seen so many cop cars in my life.
Yo, just for the viewers, they really didn't beat shit down my leg.
No. They
whooped his ass beat though.
Yeah, they whooped his ass though. He used to always get his ass whooped because he's like a grown man.
Exactly.
He was the biggest nigga.
Was the same size. They had to get on him. They looked at him as a complete threat.
But Jabril,
that was funny.
Yo, tell him how long this police chase was, bro.
Yo,
that shit was all over the place.
To me, it felt like forever. Like forever.
Bruh, we was getting chased forever, man. You know why?
The chase started as soon as the Jeep started.
As soon as the Jeep started,
Go. What? Oh my God, chase ensued.
Right. Like we literally just stole this vehicle, right?
As
soon as we pull out the parking space, chase. And they we had to be getting chased for like, am I exaggerating? Was it like an hour or some shit like that?
It was like an hour and like 20 minutes, yo.
Yeah, it was
like an hour and 20 minutes.
That shit was a long ass chase, bro.
But you know why? Do you know why? You know why we got chased for so long? Our dumb asses decide to steal a car on election day.
Yes. We didn't know nothing about it.
There were no car thieves on the road because they knew better, but because we're rookies. Oh, no, it wasn't even because we're rookies. It was because we're Alien Nation. We do what we want.
We didn't
just don't give a fuck.
I think
we was in the Odyssey. We was in the Odyssey breaking night to like 3-something, 4-something. We was like, then we gonna go out. Yo, I remember like the back of my hand.
Yo, we getting chased. Yo, listen, no exaggeration. We were getting chased by Newark Police, Auto Squad, New Jersey Transit. I even seen like some security vehicles in the chase, bro.
New Jersey Transit, who has initiated the chase.
Yeah.
Damn,
and look,
everybody got involved.
Man.
Yeah.
And bro, I'm gonna keep it game. Like, if it wasn't, if we didn't Mac at that last minute when we caught that hill and we went airborne, if we didn't Mac, we would have got away right there. We lost them.
We would have got away. Facts.
We lost them, bro. We shook everybody, lost them. But we went airborne, and then the Jeep lost traction, and we slid down the hill, which seemed like 20 minutes, but it was probably like 2 minutes.
It was like 2 minutes.
We slid down the hill and finally Mac. Boom! We all bells out and scatter. And this is how you can tell
the pole almost hit Samad, that he almost died.
Bro, we chopped the pole completely off. The light pole, the street night pole. the tall light pole. We
The
chopped
thick
it completely
ones.
off, and it fell right behind Samad's head, bro.
Damn.
Yo,
Damn.
Almost
crazy.
bodied him. But
It
when
was
we all
crazy.
bailed, it took Gordy like 5 minutes to get to our location, and we're on foot and in the car. So that tells you
Facts.
right there, we would have got away if we didn't act.
We would have got away.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
For real.
Yo,
Yeah.
I remember when you hit the curb in the donut by the truck, nigga, all I seen was 3 cop cars hit the back of the truck. Boom, 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 boom. I was like,
Yo,
yo, I was amped.
that was the most epic car chase we ever been in, bro.
Yo,
The most
that
epic.
is serious. They ain't know what to
Crazy.
do. They ain't know what to do with us, yo.
Nah. I'm sitting here, I'm like, yo, why is it every time we lose a car, 2 more jump on us?
Damn.
I dumbasses didn't realize it was during election
Come on.
time, man.
Motherfuckers
So,
was
like,
coming
police
from
running streets
everywhere,
everywhere.
yo.
Yeah.
Dollar. Listen, Dollar. I ain't never seen that many trail of cars behind us in my life.
Bro.
In my life.
Yo,
Yo.
we're passing intersections, and it's just police on both sides of the intersections waiting for us.
Yo.
I know they
That
probably
shit
was like
crazy.
these disrespectful little motherfucking bastards.
I gotta salute you though, Lo. I never said this to you before, but you kept your composure and got out of some tight situations within that hour and almost a half that we was in that car chase.
Good looking, bro.
Yo,
There you go.
epic.
And
that goes to show you.
Go ahead,
And that
Dollar.
goes to show you right there that, you know, even if, you know, we didn't know it at the time, we was very mature. You know, we was very, you know, conscious, you know, with our decision making and, you know, how we went about doing things. You know, of course, you know, it wasn't, you know, right at the time, but we was able to organize a lot of, you know, things and put together, you know, a lot of stuff to where as though it fitted our, you know, criteria.
Absolutely.
So, you know, definitely kudos to us for that. You know, once again, ain't trying to glorify it, but, you know, this is a goal to show you that, you know, if you put your mind towards anything, that, you know, you're going to be successful, you know, no matter what it is.
Big facts, because you jump from that car chase right there to right now at a blink of an eye, right? Look at us now. All grown men, sophisticated on their business, taking care of their business. Niggas ain't in that world no more. We just maturity, elevation. But those times, I'm not gonna lie to you, was the best times of my life.
Oh yeah, you know, it helped you grow and become the man that you are today. You know, and the only reason why I said that is because, you know, look how easy it was to come up with a evil scheme, if you will. You know what I mean? To do wrong. You know, so, you know, my thing is now channel that thoughts into, you know, doing what's right. And that goes to show you that you definitely can do what's right if you put your mind to it. And, you know, if you really, you know, plan it out and make sure this is something, you know, a route that you want to take. You know, so once again, it doesn't really matter what you plan on doing, you know, just be dedicated to it, you know, and make sure that you stay focused.
Absolutely.
You don't have to be stuck in the same things that you're doing. Most people just feel like they're stuck and they don't have other options.
And that's the whole purpose of us coming together now, just to show people, man, hey man, you can transition over, you know, to doing bigger and better things and doing it on a legal, you know, main standpoint.
Absolutely.
That's actually his father.
And we all learned that lesson, man. Everybody's living mature adult lives now.
Exactly. And once again, to the viewers, man, you know, we just want to let you guys know, you know, that it's definitely possible, you know, if you're still here, you know, we all still have a chance to, you know, change, you know, our behaviors and our, you know, our inner thoughts, you know, and move it towards a positive level. You know, for instance, if you sold weed or whatever the case may be, guess what? You don't have to necessarily sell bud. You know, you can go and sell, you know, t-shirts. You can go and sell socks, underwear. So no matter what it is, you can still be that hustler but be that hustler
Whatever,
on a whole nother level now, you know?
yeah, whatever you choose. If you can sell merchandise as well.
That's right. You know?
Absolutely.
We definitely gonna have to have a part 2 to this situation.
Yeah, absolutely. Cause I gotta actually I gotta sign out, fellas, because I got another appointment to make it to.
Absolutely. And
But
I gotta live life, real life, even though this is real life, because we talk about real life and my life. Don't want to downplay that. But we definitely have to have a part 2 because I
Oh,
want
absolutely, man. Just
more
say when and where.
parties.
Yeah, just say when and where, and I'm here. You know, I know all the fellas, you know, agree on that. We'll definitely be here. But you know, this is the part where you know that grown man comes in that, and you know, you got to handle your responsibilities. So, you know, with that being said, I appreciate you brothers taking the time out, you know, of your busy lives to join in and you know have this brief conversation. You know, just a startup, you know, of many, so we can you know introduce ourselves to the world, man, and let them hear our story.
Look forward to seeing Dollar Bones on this more often because he's about to be a co-host and we about to take over this podcast world.
That's right, man. Because boy, sky's the limit when we talk about this. Like I said, this is just the beginning, man. Later on, we're gonna get into economics. You know, we're gonna get into you know how to properly raise your child. You know, especially for the men. You know, like I said, we're not knocking the women, but you know, they already got their platform. They already done started. They already got they on their grind, and it's time for us men to get up and get on our grind as well. You know, and we don't want no handouts. You know, we want to do it on our own, and we're gonna just show the world exactly how we decide to do ours.
A lot of men are already on their grind. They just get overshadowed.
True.
So
True.
this is one of the reasons I did this because I want to bring them to the forefront.
That's right. That's right. You're absolutely correct. You know, and I was talking to a lot of guys that that I mess with down here in Orlando, man, who got their own businesses and stuff like that. And you know, as you stated, you know, they overshadow. You know, nobody wants to hear about these guys and this and that. So you know, we taking on that responsibility to expose these good guys, man, because there are a lot of good guys out there that's handling their business, doing what they're supposed to do. You know, even single dads, man, raising 3-4 kids on their own and like completely holding it down. You know, where the news at for that? You know, where the love at for that? So once again, you know, this is where we come in to expose these guys, you know, so the world can know exactly, you know, what's really going on behind the scenes, you know.
I agree.
Right.
I appreciate you guys for taking the time out because time is precious, man. And
absolutely, man. Absolutely.
So
yeah, man, you know, once again, bro, Brew, I appreciate you, you know, first and foremost, you know, for the podcast, you know, and actually stepping out there and creating this podcast for yourself and for, you know, your brothers and everybody else that, you know, that need that voice. You know, we got to have our voice be heard. So once again, salute to you for, you know, creating this podcast and allowing us to be a part of it. Salute to Lock Fu and the other brothers, you know, who decided to take time out of their, you know, their daily lives and, you know, join in and, you know, just give us a little something right for now. And once again, we just gonna take it from there, man. We, you know, the sky's the limit, man. We ain't gonna hold up. We're not holding back. We're going full throttle on this.
Thanks. Even though Lock Fu, you focus right now, I appreciate you, my dude. Said even though you focus right now, I appreciate you, my dude.
Hey, listen,
but we
hopefully
we're gonna do a part 2 to this.
Yeah, hopefully, you know, at part 2 I'll be home. Settled.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Settled in the shit, man.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, man, you know. But of course, we're gonna all get together before the part 2 actually airs. You know what I mean? That way we can, you know, learn each other's schedule and, you know, make it a day to where as though we actually have that hour to spare with no interruptions. You know, so we're gonna definitely work on that and organize it. And like I said, we're just gonna take it from there, man. Sky's the limit, man. You know, we're still in touch with each other all day, every day. So you know, we're gonna definitely make it work.
Hey, I appreciate you guys, man. Enjoy the rest of y'all day.
Absolutely. Appreciate you too, bro.
All
All right, y'all. One, man, salute to y'all brothers, man. Y'all stay up, be careful, be safe out there. You know, hit a brother up if you need him. You already know the drill.
Already.
All right, bro. One.
I'll let you brothers, man.
All right.
All
All
right.
right, y'all. One.
Again, I want to thank everybody that took the time out, because time is precious and people take time for granted. I don't take anything for granted. Nothing. I did that once in my life and the outcome isn't cool. Treat people like you want to be treated. It's as simple as that. Very simple. Again, I hope everybody's out there safe. The family's good. Take care of these children. Till next time. My info. So reality.